Hi guys. Today we're gonna discuss about one of the most important problem, which is to print all the permutations of a given string. So initially we will be given a string like this. So let the string be containing A and B and C. So from this string, we have to print all the possible string permutations that we can derive. So there are many different ways of solving this problem. So let us look at the recursive approach of solving this problem. So in this algorithm, we first replace or swap the first letter with the remaining letters. So in this case, we will swap A with A itself and A with B and A with C. So we will get the two combinations respectively, which is A replaced with A and B C as it is intact, and then we'll replace A with B, so we'll get B at the top, and then B A and C, and then we'll get another combination which is a C replaced with A, so that would be C B and A. So these are the three possible sets we can do by swapping the first letter. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the first letter to stay as it is in all these three cases, and then we'll do the same operation, which is swapping the letter with the remaining letters. So let's use remaining. So now we'll do the same thing with B and C. So for B and C, A is intact, right? So we'll have A as it is, and now the B letter will be replaced by B itself, so that would be AB, C, and then we'll replace B with C. We will swap A with BC. So we'll have A and then C and B, right? So in the same way, we'll get B. B is fixed, right? So we'll have B, and then A will be swapped with A itself, so that would be A, C, and then we'll swap A and C. That would be B, C, and A. And coming to the third one, for third one we'll have two cases as well. So C is going to be the same, and then we have B, which is going to be the same, and then in the second case we're going to swap B with A, so that would be C, A, and B. So we have formed a tree here. So we can observe that the leaf nodes, which is ABC, ACB, BAC, BCA, CBA, and CAB, these are the all possible combinations of the given string. So this would be our final answer. But how can we get it here? So we have to run a function which will swap the elements. So let us try to implement this code in the in a C++. So let us include the header file. So to include all the algorithms and all the systems, we use the bits/std c++.h. So this header files includes all of the functions, and the next thing is using namespace std. So this is using the namespace not collide with other namespaces, and then we'll define our main function, right? So inside our main function, so let us define a string. Okay, let the string be s, and let's initialize the string to abc as in our example. So now we have to call some a function. Let's make it a permutate. Okay, let the name be permutate. Okay, so to this function we have to send the string s, as well as from which point you wanted to do this permutations. So so let it be index 0, let it be 1, and let it be 2. So we have to start from 0, and we have to see in this tree we are only going till n minus 1. See, this is 0 1 2, right? So when we reach the number 2, so the index 2, we have to stop because there is nothing else to swap the c with. So we don't have to continue this formation, so we'll just return from here. So the second argument would be 0. the starting value, and we'll have a vector, which is our final answer. To have our final answers, we'll be using, okay, we don't have to include the std. Okay, so vector will be holding strings, so this will be a vector of string. So let's name it as an answer vector. So this will have all our string permutations. And okay, so after getting this, so let us define this a function now. So how do we define this function? So since it is not returning anything, we can just keep it as void. So void permitted, it takes in a string, right? So let's give it an alias name s, and it takes an index. Let's name it id. So int id. So what would be the see here, so what is the base case at which we're returning? So we see that whenever our index value from 0 1 2, whenever it becomes 2, that means whenever it becomes n minus 1, so we have to stop and we have to return. And whatever the answer we got here, this has to be in the answer vector. So just put it in the answer vector. So first we'll be checking a base case. If id is equals to, we have the string dot size. If it is equal to the size minus 1, if it is equal to size minus 1, then we have to add it to our vector. So to adding something to vector, we have a function called pushback. So we'll be using that. So pushback of s, we have to place the s, and we just have to return without any value. We can just return. And then, so this is our base case. So let's define the general case of this. So else, so if it's not the last index, so what we're gonna do? So we're gonna first do a for loop in which int I will be running from id, and I should be running till n minus 1. So I is less than s dot size. So s dot size, and I incremented every time. Okay, so in the for loop, so what we're going to do? So here what we're doing, at first we're swapping the first letter, I mean index. So here we can see in ABC, we see that I, so this is our I. So I will be running from ID till n minus 1. So we have to swap I with ID, and again I with ID, and again I with ID. So we are swapping. So S of I with S of ID. After swapping, this swap is done. So what are we doing here? So leaving behind one character, we are doing the same algorithm on these two things. So we're doing of id plus 1. Okay, we're incrementing the id. Okay, so now id becomes this. So now id becomes b. So from b onwards, we'll do the same thing. Here there won't be I will be running from b and c. So we'll be swapping b with b and a b with c. So this is how it goes. So we'll do what we'll call the same function, permutate with the same string as, but with its next index. So this is what's happening. And there's something else we have to see. Okay, let's consider this. So here we are moving in this direction, right? So first this is our function call, and after this, after making id plus 1, from here we're doing the same function call. We're going here, and from here we are returning back. Yeah, but see what is happening after returning back. Okay, so we have made some changes here. So we are doing a sub. So I'll look at in this direction, we'll get a better understanding. So after getting ABC done, right? So after getting BAC done, so when you are tracing back, so we are not giving back the BAC. We have to give back the ABC again. So we have to undo the swap, what we have done, and then give it the a value which was originally in that main function call. So we have to do the same operation again. That means we have to swap it again to make it the same one which is initially called the function. So swap of an s of id. So this will make it work. Yeah, so now we have our function defined. So this will generate all our string permutation, but all this will be residing in this vector. So now we have to print a vector. So for printing vectors we can use many kind of, there are many uh, ways we can do that. So let me use this auto keyword strategy. So using auto, I colon the vector answer. So I will now be holding each value which is uh, are residing in the answer vector. So we can just simply print it out. Cout I, cout endl. Yeah, so this is what happens. I hope it's clear and it's good to go. Okay, so we gotta select a language, right? Let us select C++17. This is a most used version for the competitive programming. So let me zoom out a little bit. So here we see we got the answer. So we have ABC, ACB, BAC, BCA, CBA, and CAB, exactly what we anticipated. So this is how this algorithm works, and thank you.